Hello. I would say second day, second part of what I've called the suicide streak. I crashed out again last night about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Got about an hour and a half, 2 hours sleep. I feel absolutely shattered. See the dark circles? Are they getting worse? I don't know. I'm just hoping that someone believes me next week. I can't get any support. I feel sorry for having to go at Gina on Friday morning because she's doing her best, bless her, but I know mental health are getting brickbacks like I am. If the council don't want to talk to you, no one will stop them not talking to you. Oh, hi, Maria. I've just seen Maria come in. I don't know. I've definitely got grounds against my housing officer for racism. But I've been saying this for months now and no one's taken a blind bit of interest. It's been up to me to work out I need to report a hate crime to get the police involved. Well, surely all those emails I sent 6 or 7 months ago detailing all the problems I'm having should have been picked up by some responsible officer. I sent them to various directors and chairmen of committees, adult social care, adult mental health, all sorts. And I'm being classed as a troublemaker, or best one, I pay £300 out of my own pocket to pass all this over to a private solicitor to be told I'm a busybody. I'm sorry. What? I'm not allowed to complain that fire engines can't get down this estate because of the parking. I'm not allowed to complain that they've done nothing since January about improving access for fire department. And all they've done is put WL lines in front of garages, which ain't going to make anyone's safety any better. And the laughable thing is, 3 days after it was enforced, the WL lines, it was suspended. And they don't enforce it anymore. So they spent all that money and all that time putting WL lines in, going through a committee, and then they suspend the enforcement. At least that's what I was told. When I asked, they wouldn't tell me who suspended the enforcement and for how long and for why. Can't get that information. I can only get information out of Waltham Forest Council that Waltham Forest Council want to give me. Otherwise, they just ignore me. It's funny how I've got this single point of contact. Everlasting single point. No end to single point of contact. Hence, I keep saying it's removed my human rights. It's funny how I've got this single point of contact, which is only a one-way single point of contact. Anyone else from the council can contact me directly, apparently. But I have to use the single point of contact or I will be ignored, which in itself is putting my life and my health at risk. I don't know how many times I'm supposed to say this. And you're putting you at risk, Miss Gibbons. It's like when I complain to mailboxes and I'm told, oh, they're not monitored. Well, why aren't they monitored? Any mailbox could have life or death information in. They all have to be monitored in case someone uses the wrong email address or, like me, gets confused and sends it to the wrong email address. So much for mental health support in Waltham Forest. I have no appetite. I'm not eating. Satsumas. That's it. That's all I'm eating. Satsumas. I just live in the hope that the police will support me at least. If I can get someone to support me, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not antisocial. And I'm definitely not racist. I do hate seeing racism. And I can understand some black people when they complain that people are racist to them. But I can't understand all of them. Because a lot of black people are blatantly racist. They're racist towards each other. And they're definitely racist, some of them, towards white people. And yet, according to everyone, white people can't be racially abused. Really? Come and live in my skin, just for a few days, and then we'll see. I've had people threaten me, intimidate me, shout at me, trespass into my flat, and no one does anything. I've reported all this to Waltham Forest Housing, and they haven't supported me one bit in the time I've been here. Other departments have been fine in Waltham Forest. But Waltham Forest Housing, racist. That's all I can imagine. It's the only reason I can see for my treatment. Absolute out and out racism. Institutional racism. Fingers crossed that the police come down on Monday and they support me and I get somewhere. Because if I don't get support from the police on Monday, I don't know what to do. I'm going to be stuck here for life. There's no way I'm going to be bullied out of this place. I've only just made it comfortable and decorated it and got shelving up, etc, etc, which is a struggle when you've got mental health issues and it takes ages to do anything. So imagine what I've been going through recently, trying to find emails and trying to find this and trying to find that. It's taken forever to do it on my own. And I pay a Liz at £300 for the privilege of calling me a busybody. Fine. Keep the fucking money, that's what I say. If I wanted to be insulted, I could have got a hooker to insult me for fucking £60 an hour. How you going, Maria? I've not heard from you in ages, Maria. What's going on? I'm hoping if you message me, it scrolls up on the screen. I can just about see it. Maybe I should put myself on live stream on here. Shall we have a look, boys and girls? Oh, the internet's working apparently. I'm just gonna, oh, go in there, go in there. Let's see if I'm in here. Here's part 2. Oh, I'm live. Let's put my live stream on. See if that makes any difference. I can always monitor the... Oh, what are you saying, Maria? Yeah, I know. You've done enough for me in the past, Maria. You're one of the first people on this that have actually tried. But thank you anyway, Maria. I don't expect anyone to help me. I'm just talking to YouTube because I've got no one else to talk to. So, you know, the stream's fine. I'm just rambling more than anything else. All I've got to do is look after my cats and behave like a good boy and do exactly what I'm told, despite the fact that everyone around me is doing whatever they like. Oh, there's a bit of delay, I've noticed. Yeah, there's a long delay on it. I don't know. How have you been anyway, Maria? What have you been up to? 20 seconds, I think, delays, from what I've seen. I can't be bothered with the editing. I've been playing about with cameras and that on the laptop and using OBS Studio and that, but the quality is not good enough. I know, thank you, Maria. My boys are the only things that... My boys, I don't know what it is, but since I've got boxes and that all over the place because I can't throw any rubbish away, they see it as like an adventure playground now. Even Merlin's playing. And Merlin is like 13 years old, he never plays. So it is amazing what they're doing, but as long as the boys are happy, I'm trying to keep the floors as clean as possible. I can't really mop because of all the boxes, but I'm trying to hoover. Oh look, there's someone else there. I've got a second viewer. I don't know who it is, but thank you for joining the stream. But yeah, once the kitchen's full up, I'll start putting stuff in the bathroom. And the thing is, yeah, like Mary said, my friend in Dagenham, the police will probably offer to throw the rubbish out on Monday when they come down here. But it's not the police's job. Ah, she's got a little black cat. Ah, Harold's the cat. And it's not the police's job. And if, you know, if the police do clear the rubbish, because, you know, I don't want people to do stuff for me. I want to be able to do it myself. That's the whole part of me moving to here. But I'm having to try and pay people to take rubbish away now. I'm basically trying to pay people to imprison me. Because of the lack of support I've been getting from Waltham Forest Housing, despite on paper, they've done everything they can to help me and I've turned them down, which is a bunch of lies. They have done nothing to support me. In accordance with the 2010 Equality Act, they've tried to support me in accordance with their policies, yes, but their policies are not supporting the law. And when you're getting discriminated against and acted against outside of policy, like I am, I've been told that my single point of contact is not under a policy, so they're acting unlawfully to begin with, which they admit. Because the reason councils have policies is so they can make sure that it's legal, and what they follow isn't removing any rights that you're entitled to. Human rights, disabled rights, etc., etc. That's why councils have policies, and that's why the policies go through legal before they get approved. But when they act outside of a policy, it is unlawful. Unless there's statutes, or like I keep saying, if they've sectioned me, or they have some mental health issue that they can't talk to me about, and they've got an affidavit or a power of attorney, I think they call it, or I've told them that I want someone else to act, then they are acting unlawfully, and I can't get anyone inside the council to actually agree with this. Caspi is naughty. He's just sleeping in the cat tree now, Maria. But he is naughty as sin. But lately he's been sticking to me like glue. For the last 4 days, Maria, he has been following me around. I go to the laptop, he comes and sits next to me. I've got a chair there next to me on the laptop now, so Caspi can sit next to me. I eat at the table, Caspi gets on the table, I sit on the sofa, he sleeps next to me on the sofa normally. I go in the bedroom, he sits on the wardrobe in the bedroom. But he can be a nuisance when it comes to climbing the TVs. Right troublesome character he is, Maria. Try him for a week, I dare you. I'll loan you Caspi for a week. Tabs, I don't know. Tabs is Tabs. I think he's like Peter Pan. He's like the kitten that never grew up. Even though he's getting bigger and bigger, he still acts like a kitten. I think Tabs is only about 2. Not sure about his exact age, but I think he's only about 2. He's just a little bit behind Caspi, basically. Oh, Merlin. Merlin's having a little wash underneath the table. I wish I was hungry, but I'm not. I know it's not good for me, physically or mentally. Oh, the others, Maria. I've got a large black cat called Merlin. He's 13. And well, the smallest one of the 3 is a tabby cat that I got last year. And I called him Tabs. His owner, or his previous owner, called him Tabby, but I registered it under the name of Tabs. It seems a bit obvious to call a tabby cat Tab, or Tabby. So I shortened it to Tabs, and he's been answering to it ever since he got here. He's the most loving cat as well. When he wakes up, he either sits up here with me, or if I go in the bedroom, he'll come and jump on the bedroom and lay next to me, and he'll sleep on the bed with me. I think their grass is going again. I think it's only bound to last for about 4 weeks at a time, and then it just dies off. But I'll see how it goes. I think I've overwatered it again, but I'll see how it goes. Who's the other one? Oh, just the 3. Tabs, Merlin and Caspi. Caspi's everyone knows, because as soon as I put the camera on, normally he jumps up and he just likes the camera. I had some people here a few days ago to repair the water thing, and because there was 2 people, Caspi went and hid like a little child. Normally he's all over him, and when it's one person at a time, he's all over him. But he went and hid in the living room. Very strange. Normally I've got a problem with Caspi trying to keep him in, or keep him away from the toolboxes. But there we are. I'm going to take that off because it's distracting. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold or a flu or something. Where I've picked it up from, I don't know. I've not been out by myself in 8 months, 7 months, I think. So it must have been from a delivery, either the postman or an Amazon delivery or whatever. That's why I'm building up so much rubbish, because I can't go out. Merlin. Well, I can see why you call him the lazy one. He's always asleep, but... You lazy Merlin? He is sort of, but then he is 13, so he's allowed to be lazy. He's got a chunk missing out of the back where him and Caspi had a fight the other day, but he doesn't seem bothered by it. And in the 12 years I've known Merlin, that's the only injury I've seen him have. You know, physical blood or fur missing or anything. That's the only injury I've seen him get. It is so bizarre. After all this time, he gets injured this week playing with Caspi. He's just sleeping over there, underneath the table, the dining table. I don't know how big Clive does this. He does a 3-hour stream every Saturday from 9 to midnight, and then it ends up going into 3.5, 4 hours. But then he does have a few 100,000 more subscribers than I do. Oh, the other one's gone. I don't know who the other one was. But he does have a few subscribers to me, so he's got constant chat going up, and he can always pick up the odd bit off the chat to make the stream last longer. I wonder who the other one was. did see. Hello Merlin, you coming over, son? You're not getting any more food until tonight, you know that. Poor little Merlin, he's just woken up and he's all bleary eyed. Merlin? Come on. If we're really lucky, boys and girls, Merlin might jump up on the arm of the sofa. Come on, Merlin. No? Let him wake up and then he'll probably jump up. So, let's see if we can survive the weekend. I'm trying to make it to Monday morning at least. And I'll find out what's going on with the police. I reported both a hate crime, which is why the police come down on Monday, and racism by the council. They weren't too sure when I said it was the council what to do, but they're going to come down and take a statement from me anyway. And I just keep my fingers crossed that this gets somewhere. Because I've only said it's racism because they won't tell me why they're discriminating against me. And they are discriminating against me because they're making me do things that other people in the estate aren't made to do. They've made me take my door camera down. Ooh, I must be the only one in the country that isn't allowed a door camera because it's antisocial. Have you heard that one before? Anyone? Antisocial door camera. Why is it antisocial? Because I report people in my block for breaking the law. Like a good person. Except my people don't like breaking the law. And they don't like people squealing or grassing on them. Sorry, if you're breaking the law, I will report you. I've said to quite a few people now, I'll put myself in harm's way to uphold the law. And I have put myself in harm's way quite a lot of times. That's why I can't. I mean, even if I could get out, I couldn't use public transport anymore. Not under the current conditions. I have a go at people for not wearing their masks. You've only got to ask people that have known me and have been out with me. I can't keep my mouth shut. I've lost so many friends over the years because I can't keep my mouth shut. Not because I'm a bad person, just because I challenge people in the street, on the buses, on trains. If people are doing wrong, I will tell them they're doing wrong and ask them why. How I've not been hit or attacked after all these years, I don't know. Well, up until I get here, this block, and I've been attacked by people in this block, and I've been attacked by a former Nigerian neighbour of mine in Dagenham, and I had witnesses, and the police did nothing. Your word against them. Exactly what they said when I had photographic evidence of one of my neighbours attacking me here. Your word against him. My word and the video evidence against him. Doesn't make any difference apparently. Maybe it's because I'm white. Maybe if I was black and he was white and I had a video of him attacking me, then maybe it would be different. I just don't understand how video evidence does not sway the judge. Your word against these. Well, he's come and threatened me. No. So I'm to put up with bullying and threats and intimidation and basically being terrorised by anyone because housing will support anyone attacking me. They will. As far as I can see, housing are supporting people attacking me. Housing break their promises, break their word. Waltham Forest Council promise things and don't deliver. Last year I got a series of emails within a few hours about signage on the children's playground. It says no dogs. There's dogs in there being walked and using it as a toilet, and it's a children's playground. Not a park, a playground. I say it's a playground, not only because it says it in the title, but because most of it is taken up by play area for children. Hence, it's a playground. A park is like a big area with no children's toys in. Going back to sleep as Merlin now. You take care of yourself. Okay, Maria, thank you for watching. I'll finish this stream off soon anyway. I'm just doing it to break the boredom, but thank you for joining in anyway, Maria. I'll speak to you again soon, hopefully. Yes, where was I? Yeah, signage. This is why Solicitor calls me busybody, because I complain that, you know, I took this place because the signage says there was a playground and there was no dogs allowed and children have to be supervised. Oh, it's old signage, Mr. Gibbons, I got told. The playground's supposed to be locked, dawn to dusk, or dusk to dawn. Yeah, dusk to dawn. And yes, I had one person in Waltham Forest Council say, yes, it is supposed to. We had a key for a resident and he was locking it and opening it up. And Waltham Forest actually gave me a DBS check. Partly to enable me to lock the thing. Even though the woman that said, oh yes, I've run a DBS check on you because of this, absolutely denied it. Because it was only verbal, you see. They denied it and said, oh no, we did that so you could take part in, you know, helping out for events in the community room where the children are involved. Young people, I like calling them, not children. There aren't many children left on estates anymore. They have to grow up so quickly. And yeah, when I got my DBS, I said, so what about the key then? And they said, oh no, you can't have a key because it would put you under risk. Right, but isn't that a risk that I'm liable to take? And as I explained to them, it would only take, you know, a couple of SNT people come down a couple of times in the beginning for me to clear the park out and close it up. There's children over in that park, and I've reported this to Child Protection Services and they ignore me. There's children at risk because they're over there playing in the dark at 11 o'clock at night without any adult supervision, just in there. The place has got drug users, it's had drugs in there, it's had knives in there, it's got dog mess in there. As you know, long-term users or long-term subscribers, Waltham Forest Council on dog mess is, well, if a child goes blind, then the parent has to prove that the blindness came from a bit of dog mess in that area. Not, oh, thank you for reporting it, Mr. Gibbons, we shall see what we can do, or sending the dog wardens down on an irregular basis. No, it's, well, let them do whatever they want. You're on an estate now, Mr. Gibbons. You do what everyone else on the estate wants to do. Oh, so it's all right taking drugs and running around with knives and threatening the police, because that's what happens on the estate. So I can take drugs and walk around with a knife and I won't get arrested? Or is it only black people that can do it? Because I'm getting the feeling that being white on this estate is something that the estate don't want. So if the estate don't want it, then the council will support. And yet, the council's supposed to be fair and unbiased, following their own code of conduct. Fair and unbiased. Transparent, it says on their code of conduct. Transparent doesn't mean only answering questions you want to answer. It means answering every question in an honest and fair manner. If I'm not allowed to ask questions of the council, why don't the council tell me? Why don't the council put on their website, if you are going to email several people at the same time, you are liable to be put under a single point of contact that has no end, will breach your human rights, and may be seen as racist treatment in certain circumstances. Why don't they put that on the website? Senior managers refused to talk to me back in February and March. I'm talking Martin Eason and Michelle Maloney. No one gave me any reason why they wouldn't talk to me. Merlin, you alright down there, baby? He's just sitting on the floor in front of me. I might go and see if I've got any cat treats for him, but I don't think I've got any more in the cupboard. One more pack, I think. They've had 14. Am I due some more? Or is it every 2 months? I think it's every month I'm supposed to be getting it. So if they had 14 in less than a month, oh my god. Merlin! You coming up, baby? Here comes Merlin. Having a little stretch, it'll come round. And he's coming up. Come on. Come on, baby. Merlin's about to come up, he's just geeing himself up for it. Merlin. Come on. So, I've still got my water filter review to finish. Oh, there we are. My best mate, ain't you, Merlin? First time you've properly been on camera, isn't it? You're camera shy, you are, Merlin. This is Merlin, Maria. My eldest black faithful cat. Used to walk next to me in Dagenham, walking to the shops and that, like a little puppy. He's such a good boy, Merlin. My little mate. And he's got the sexiest feet for a cat. Ain't you, Merlin? I love your little paws. My little baby. You've been having fun lately, ain't you, Merlin? Camera, yes. YouTube, Merlin. Merlin, YouTube. There's only one person watching. Whoever you are. Your little ears are cold, Merlin. I don't know. Good boy. You like your little ears rubbed, don't you? Is the light too bright for you, Merlin? It's bringing your colour out lovely there. It's a bit weird saying colour on a black cat, but... Shall I move the camera around? Just to get Merlin in. About time everyone saw you, Merlin, because you're the prettiest cat on the planet. Yes, Merlin. You are the prettiest cat on the planet. Well, prettiest 13-year-old black cat. Because Tabs is the prettiest tabby cat. Apart from Miffy. Mary's Timmy. He's a cute cat. Three-pawed cat. He's got 4 legs and only 3 paws. And he's such a pretty boy. And he barks like a dog when he's having sex, apparently. That was a shock. I'm surprised the other cats haven't come in yet. Just you and me again, Merlin. Yeah, hold on. Let me take the glasses off. You've got that lovely Merlin smell, Merlin. Yes, Merlin? What? Shall I get the brush and brush out? Get all this loose fur off you? You like that normally, didn't you? So what is it? 3 o'clock on... Oh, it's Saturday. Oh look, it's Saturday. I don't know what to do. I feel like I should cook something and eat something, but I can't be bothered. I have no appetite. Literally no appetite. I feel worried that I haven't got any appetite, if that makes any sense. Not hungry that I need to have food. Worried that I should be eating food. Innit, Merlin? You eat better than I do, didn't you now? You're the prettiest boy ever. If it weren't for you three, I'd have topped myself long ago, Merlin. Do you reckon the police will help me on Monday? What do you reckon, Merlin? Do you want to go into care or rescue? You don't want anyone else, do you? You've known me for so long, you don't want anyone else. You're my little carer. I would put Merlin Gibbons, down as my carer. If I could, I'd name you as my carer. You've only got to give me a look. And you put me right, didn't you? Your little face. You're such a wise old cat, Merlin. Such a good old cat. Let's hope you outlive me, son. You've been good to me. I tried to look after you, mate. You're such a proper cat. Are you okay, Merlin? Are you? You okay, baby? His little tongue's poking out. Ah, Merlin. Ah. It's very hard to photograph you, Merlin. I'm surprised I've got you on camera. Oh, what? Have you heard something? Or seen something? That's my shadow, Merlin. Oh yeah. Curious about something according to your tale, aren't you? His little tongue's poking out. It's so cute. Ah. Little Merlin. I don't know, boys and girls. What am I going to do about the rubbish, Merlin? Shall I open the window and just throw it out the kitchen window? I don't know. I don't like living like this. I try to keep myself to myself. But housing won't even answer simple questions. For instance, I put a question when they took the metal barbecue out the back. They took that recently, and I asked them, well, why did it take them 18 months to remove the barbecue? You'd think that would be a simple question. Sorry, Mr. Gibbons, no one reported it. Sorry, Mr. Gibbons, this. Sorry, Mr. Gibbons, that. Don't get any of that from housing. I'm the only one they enforced the tenancy agreements on. Probably on the entire estate. There's infamous families on this estate that have been in and out of prison, breaching their tenancies, left, right and centre, and they haven't been evicted. So if they've not been evicted, why am I threatened just for having a door camera up? They won't answer me on that. Why am I being threatened with antisocial behaviour for having a door camera? Can you answer that, Merlin? You're the wisest one out of all of us. Even you don't understand, do you? No, Dad. No one understands like you do, Merlin. You are the best little human. You're more human than I am, Merlin. I'm more like a machine and you're more like a human. No? Is it treat time, Merlin? Let's go and see if I've got some treats for him. Right. You go there. You go there. And you go there. Come on. There you go, Merlin. Merlin, internet. There we are. All the boys have got their treats now. Merlin is eating his up here. And the other two are just in front of me. So you can probably hear crunch, crunch, crunch all the way through now. Listen. That's why I put it up here. I like hearing Merlin eat. Yeah, you don't like eating up here. Let's put it down there for him. You don't like it up here. Merlin. Here we are. You don't like that. Anyway. I'm so inactive. Just going into the kitchen and come back has made me breathless. I'm still waiting for my GP to contact me because Queen's Hospital, my consultant at Queen's Hospital, was quite shocked that I hadn't had a blood test and I couldn't get to see the doctor. And she was going to contact my GP and ask him to get the district nurse to help out, at least to get me blood test results. But she was also going to mention the fact that, you know, he should call me on a non-private number. If I've got anxiety, he should make the effort. My GP, Handsworth Medical Practice, in Hyams Park, refused to do so. They called me once. Once. And that was on the emergency bypass mobile. And then they said they'd refused, the practice manager refused to talk to me. I've emailed the practice manager, won't talk to me. It's funny that. No one wants to talk to me. I ask all those questions and no one wants to answer. If it's not Maria watching, who is watching? Can someone send me a message to let me know who's watching? Because I don't even know who's on the list. It would be nice to find out. If someone's watching, does that add to my minutes then? I don't know. My subscriber count went up by 2 in the last 28 days, which is good. But I'm trying to do more varied stuff on my channel to try and get more, like the water filter thing. If I can finish that off and upload it, I can put the link onto Amazon and that will draw some traffic. Because it's actually quite a nice detailed review of the water filter. Because I've been comparing them side by side with the Aqua Optima and the Brita one. And the Brita one is, I mean, it was alright until you get a second water filter. And when you compare it, it's like chalk and cheese. This one's easy to fill up. It's easy to change the filters on. There's no forcing it in like there is with the Brita one. You have to push it down until it makes a seal. This one screws on and off, which is ideal for me. Now you just open the top, unscrew it, screw the new one in, done. You are supposed to soak it for 10 or 15 minutes. But I don't think it really makes much of a difference whether you soak it or not. All you're doing is putting water in to let the air out. But once you've filled it up, the air comes out anyway. So I don't think it makes much difference whether you soak it. And now my boys have had their treats. Caspi's gone back to the tree. Tabs and Merlin have gone next door, and that's it. I won't see him for a few hours now. I'll have to get some sleep after the police have been on Monday. I'm determined to get some sort of camera back up on my door, because without a camera, the reason I wanted a camera is because the other residents leave the doors open, the communal doors, so this place is not secure. I've mentioned it to housing, they've ignored me. So as they've ignored me, I put a camera up. And the camera was to protect my front door in my absence, so I could go out. Because with the doors being left open, I can't leave my place. Because if I get a delivery, then it will be left on the doorstep, because the doors are open, remember. It will be left on the doorstep, and if someone comes in and takes it, I won't even know if I've had a delivery. Never mind that it's been stolen. The council refused to put up CCTV. Which would help me. If they had CCTV in the block. Tabs, come on. Come up here, babe. If they had CCTV in each block, then that would help. But Waltham Forest are in breach of fire regulations in most blocks as well. You've only got to walk along the street and see prams and bikes being stored in the staircase. The staircase is a fire exit. Fire exit is supposed to be kept clear at all times. To quote a letter I've got from Waltham Forest Council, no personal items are to be stored in the communal areas. Tabs, come. Come on. Come on. So if no personal items are to be stored in the communal areas, come on. Here he comes, my other one. Tabs. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, you're just going to sit on me. Right, okay. So if no personal items are supposed to be stored in the communal areas, what do they call a pram or a bike? Or shoes? Or flower pots? That's okay, is it? After Grenfell, that's okay to be stored in the fire escape. I mean, I'm not pissing in the wind on this. London Fire Brigade already know about all this. But there's nothing they can do. The same with the access for emergency vehicles. The amount of times the fire brigade have complained to the council they can't get down here. And all they do is they put double yellow lines up outside the garages. Nothing to do with emergency vehicles that I was promised. That's supposed to have happened in June. The public consultation ended in May. But when I challenged the woman that was in charge of this, that had her name on the planning form, well, she didn't answer me. It went through as part of the corporate complaint, and the answer was, well, they've put the thing in, the double yellow lines in. And I said, no, it wasn't double yellow lines, it was like box junctions to keep the junctions clear. Oh, it's still undergoing consultation. No, the consultation for that ended in May. I didn't see any notification saying the consultation period had been extended. And I believe, giving them the benefit of the doubt, I believe that the people that came round and put the double yellow lines down actually carried out the wrong work order. But I can't prove this because the council won't give me any information. Will they, Tabs? No, they won't, Daddy. I should really... Shall I try and lower the camera? So, oh, no. If I lower the camera, Tabs will go. But you can just see his head. See his little ear? Then Merlin will come up in a moment. And then you start fighting with Merlin, wouldn't you? Yes, Daddy. It's playtime all the time, Daddy. But it's like all that, ongoing. Simple questions. Because I don't want to live in a state that the fire brigade can't come down and, you know, access. And they are supposed to keep access available at all times for emergency vehicles. Fire brigade is the one I mentioned because their tracks are wider than the others. Police use cars and vans, standard widths. Ambulances are standard width vans. They're no wider than a normal big van. But fire trucks, because of all the equipment they carry and because of the weight they have to carry, are bigger vehicles. They're carrying several tons of water alone, most fire engines. That's why the engine needs to be beefy. It's more like an American truck than one of our lorries. Isn't it, baby boy? So, for 2 years, and the reason I mentioned that I complained about not having access to the fire brigade is because when I was a kid in Dagenham, I was in my teens sometime. There was a fire over the back garden behind us. And the only access was via our path. And the fire brigade came down one way and couldn't turn because of the elbow down the bottom. There's a dogleg turn. And because there was cars parked on the corner, they couldn't get down. So the fire brigade had to be walked to reverse all the way 150 yards down a road with cars either side to get back to the main road, to come down the other side, to bring their hoses up the path to my next door neighbour. And that took them 15 to 20 minutes while the fire was burning. Luckily it was only a shed. But can you imagine if there was people there? It could have been a summer house. It could have been a tree house. It could have been anything. And people would have died. And that's what makes me worried about how little respect that Waltham Forest Council have for life and property and safety and security. Yes, Caspi, Tabs, what? I think Tabs wants me to stop talking. Or do you just want me to stroke you so you can claw me with your hand? Yes, Daddy, claw me. Claw me, Daddy. And that's been going on since I moved here. like I keep saying, I try to help the council to improve the area. I'm here all day. I can't go out. Even before February, I wasn't going out very much. Only when I knew the block was more or less empty. So I'd look out the windows, front and back, to make sure there was no one around. And then maybe I'd get out for a bit. But I'd have to make sure I'd get back at certain times. So I sort of knew what times people were in and people were out. So I had to work out those sort of times to go and come. But they don't want help. They don't want to abide by the law. Fire regulations. I thought that was important. After Grenfell, I thought, you know, keeping fire escapes clear was a good idea. But no, Waltham Forest don't enforce it. I've only seen my little bit of the estate. I've not checked anywhere else. But from my little bit of the estate, they don't enforce fire regulations. They are putting people's lives at risk. They're not going to be happy until someone dies. And then there'll be a cover-up because Waltham Forest will say, oh, well, it was clear just before they had the fire, probably. This is the excuse they'll be coming up with. Oh, we didn't know there was stuff in the staircase. We check it with our caretaker, who does nothing. Caretakers on this estate do nothing. And they'll use the excuse, well, our caretaker cleaned that building the day beforehand, or 2 days beforehand, and there was nothing in the staircase, because he didn't report anything. Well, no, they're being told not to report anything. Aren't they, Tabs? And I can't even get a job description for the caretaker. So I know what the caretaker's supposed to be doing. Or does that mean being a busybody? No, that's because I wanted a job description so I could put a formal complaint in against my caretaker. Another formal complaint. Another one which will be ignored. Because the caretaker on my estate walks around like he's on drugs all the time. He walks around with headphones on. Sorry, he's working. He's supposed to be alert, open to the estate. He's supposed to be able to answer questions. We can't answer questions with headphones on. I mean, all well and good, you know, walking around with headphones in your own time, but when you're working, you're working. He's supposed to be observing and reporting on the estate. Because despite the fact that my housing officer wouldn't forward the job description, it is available online anyway. The general job description for caretaker on one of these estates. And that's what they're supposed to be doing. A little bit of maintenance, cleaning, observing and reporting. Don't do anything. From what I have experienced and observed, he doesn't do anything. He barely cleans. Oh, sorry. He barely cleans. I've seen him cleaning the stairs and it's not. I wouldn't be happy with it. In fact, after he's cleaned, I mop my part of the staircase myself. Oh, I shouldn't say that because that's probably illegal or antisocial. I use my steamer out there to clean the staircase. So my landing is always clean. Well, always when I'm cleaning anyway. I've not actually cleaned for a few weeks now. Bye, Tabs. That was Tabs. But it's sloppy. And he's not thorough. He's supposed to get cobwebs down and all sorts of things. There's cobwebs down that staircase. He hasn't done a thing. So you could clean better than him, couldn't you, Merlin? Yes, Daddy. So Merlin talks to me. Just wondering, how long's it been? Oh, it's over an hour already. Is it alright if I go and get a coffee, people? Well, person. I'm going to go get a coffee. talk amongst yourself. I'm going to pull that out a bit so it's easy to get in and out. Talk amongst yourself. I'll be back in a moment. As always, Merlin's coming with me again. Shall I take you into the kitchen? I'll show you what I'm having to part with. Let me take the battery off. I'll show you what I'm having to part with. Right, this is me in the kitchen. I'll put the light on so it's not so glaring. Yeah. This is what me and the boys are putting up with. Rubbish, boxes, all sorts of things. Sorry, Merlin. Merlin's down here wondering what the fuck I'm doing. Can I actually see who's... No. The funny thing is, I've got egg and bacon in the fridge, but I'm not even interested in eating any. 1 cup of coffee. Leave the mess behind me. Oh, let's put the stand up, down. And plug you back in, boys and girls. Oh. There we are. How did the song go? Back to life, back to reality? Probably. I don't know. So that's how I'm living. Struggling on from day to day with no support, no visitors, especially now we're in tier 2, I'm not allowed any visitors. Oh, I'm allowed visitors on my support bubble, I think. They keep changing their definition of what you're allowed and what you're not allowed, depending on who's broken the latest regulations in Parliament. So I don't know. So I'm keeping everyone away. I've had a couple of offers to come round and help me, but even if I got someone to come round and be with me, I still wouldn't be able to leave the flat because I haven't got a camera to protect it. Someone was saying, well, put a camera on the inside. What good would that be? If someone put something through the letterbox, for example, then it's not going to do anything except see something coming through the letterbox. I need something to protect my door and my doorway. But I'm not allowed that according to Waltham Forest. Well, they never told me I couldn't have a camera when I first moved here. It's not on the website. It's not in the tenancy agreement. Not specifically in tenancy. They do list antisocial behaviour and things like that, but I never knew a camera was antisocial. I'm the only one I know that's been told to take a camera down. I've asked the council if they told anyone else, and they won't answer me. I've tried getting in touch with other people to ask questions, and they won't help me. I'm only asking questions, boys and girls. It's not like I'm threatening or, you know, acting in an irrational manner. I'm being told something and asking why. Is that not allowed? I've got autism, just in case you didn't know. And so I see everything as black and white, right and wrong. There is no grey in my life. And yet I can't get simple answers. My housing officer, for example, in the first meeting he had, he walked out as soon as I started asking questions. I don't need to take this abuse, Mr. Gibbons. I don't need to take this abuse for asking questions. Strange. Maybe I should have raised a hate crime against him then for walking out. There was plenty of witnesses inside the council and residents. Oh look, good grief, how long has this been going on? An hour and 6 minutes already. Oh well, I suppose it gives me someone to talk to, even if it is only a blank YouTube channel. Maria's left, so who is... Well, the person that's watching, can you please just send me a message so I know who's watching? I don't even know who the 21 subscribers to my channel are. I can hear a cat doing something, I don't know what. At least the internet's sticking up this time. I would check the internet, but my phone's up there. But I'm keeping an eye on it on here, and it's saying there's one on watching, so I'm assuming the stream's still working. I think apart from the cats and Mary, it's only the boat tubers that have kept me going all this time. It's nice watching, you know, stories from Foxes Afloat and Minimalist and quite a few of them I watch. Cruising the Cat, he's an infamous one. He was one of the first ones I started watching a few years ago. To live on a canal boat, if I could get someone to share it with me and go through it with me, I don't think I could do it by myself, but I would love to do it with someone. Because then if you don't like the people around you, turn the key, start the engine, move down the road. You can always escape noisy neighbours or bad neighbours or racist neighbours in my case. Although that is odd, because having said that, I've not seen that many black or Asian YouTubers. They all seem to be generally white of some ilk. The most overseas person is Anna Marie on the Narrowboat Experience, from what I remember, and she's Australian. But who are the other ones? Narrowboat Experience, yeah, with the cats. It's mainly because of the cats I started watching it. I was flicking across YouTube one day and one of their videos came up and it had a cat on it. Munchie and Alice, I believe the names are. The cats. Minimalist. Foxes Afloat. Floating Our Boat is the other one. They've been going through hell lately, apparently, but they've started redoing videos as well now. It's going to be exciting in the new year because they're supposed to be getting a new boat in the new year, I think. Is it Foxes? I'm sure it's Foxes supposed to be getting a new boat in the new year. Yeah, because they mentioned something about it's currently being built. My memory could be going, I don't know. It could be me. You want to try having only about 5 hours sleep in 4 days and see how much you can remember. Ronnie's back on his chair. I'll guarantee Tabs is on the bed and Caspy's under there. I think I might end it for now because I am rambling quite a bit now. So thank you for watching, whoever is left out there watching. It's nice to have someone to talk to at least. I might do another stream later, but whatever happens, 9 o'clock I'll be watching Big Clive. Big Clive Live, great channel. Especially if you're an engineer or technically minded or autistic, he does some weird and sometimes dangerous stuff, but entertaining and compelling to watch. More compelling than this sort of nasty old chat of a fat bloke on a camera with a few issues. He builds his own little flamethrowers. The foamy woofler is good, but I do like the I can't remember what he calls it now. But it creates fire. He does a little bit of breakdown live. He's got another live for it, bigclive.com. And he does some weird stuff there. It's just a hands video thing. He does a breakdown, building things and all sorts of technical things. Electronics based. Takes things apart to see where they failed, and he takes things apart to show you how they work and how they're designed. And it's always fascinated me, that sort of stuff. But on a Saturday night, since lockdown, since March, he's been doing live streams. I think the first one was about 5 hours long. So he's been doing live streams, and they're supposed to last for 3 hours, but normally they overrun a little. 3.5 hours is about typical. But I've seen a few streams go over 4 hours. But it's always good, it's always entertaining, and he gets feedback with his subscribers, with the viewers, because there's live chat, as you've seen here. There's live chat. And so he's constantly reading the live chat. He has a better setup than I've got, because he films from a camera and he monitors it on a Chromecast, and he has the Chromecast just for the chat, and he can see the chat easier. Mine's all on my phone at the moment. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you for watching. I'm going to have my coffee and maybe put a movie on, and maybe I'll chat to you again later tonight. Thank you, whoever my second viewer was. Speak to you soon.